From the MetsMemorizedOnline.com, headline: Top 75 prospects, Mets prospects, 75 to 71, led by the lefties. Now, before we get this video, I need to hit that subscribe button. The Prospect Hut, so you know what's going on with the Mets prospects. I try to get as much information as I can to you on everything that's going on with the Mets front office, their minor league system, their prospects. Now, this is a top. I did a top 75 prospect list from them. I think last week or the week before. I'm going to talk about the guys under that. So there are a lot of guys that we need to know about, especially the pitching side, because a lot of these guys probably will get to the major leagues, probably in the bullpen. Here's number 75, Ramon Gomez. I think I've talked about him a little bit on some lists, but he was injured last year. He's 6'2", 224 pounds, throws right-handed. He's a national free agent from 21. He's 23 years old, 22 years old. Ramon Gomez dropped quite a bit on this list from the start of last year due to a rough start to his high A career before needing season-ending Tommy John surgery, and the Mets added quite a few prospects through trades during the year. The 22-year-old will hope to return to the mound at some point during the 24 season. Gomez throws hard, he consistently hits the upper 90s during his outings, and his blazing fastball is above average when it comes to spin rate. The secondary stuff for Gomez is mostly slider and cutter, but given the strength of his four-seamer and his effectiveness in the lower minors, he has thrown his fastball a majority of the time. His outlook for this year, he had Tommy John surgery in the 2023 season early, so he could make it back to the pitch in the second half of 24. The writer says they expect him to return to the Cyclones once he's fully healthy. The key stats, 67 innings, says all Gomez has thrown to this point of his career. The hard thrower will need to show he's healthy in 24 to climb up the rankings. Number 74. I think I've talked about him. I did in the playlist for the 2022 draft. I have his scouting report. You need to check it out. He's 24 years old. He pitched in 18 games last year. Dylan Tebrake was a two-time Big East Pitcher of the Year with Crichton as a starter. Though he's pitched almost exclusively in the Mets farm system since being drafted. Tebrake only pitched 4 2/3 innings in 22 after being drafted. He didn't allow a run in the span with the Florida Coast League Mets and Low A St. Lucie Mets. I struck out 8 with no walks. The 24-year-old started the 23 season with the high A Brooklyn Cyclones, posting a 2.08 ERA and striking out a whopping 39.2% of the hitters he faced. Tebrake received a late season promotion Double-A, where he tossed 5 innings and allowed 3 runs while striking out 5 and walking 3. Tebrake did miss the last month or so of the season with a hip issue. Despite being the Big East Pitcher of the Year in 2021, Tebrake went undrafted. He knew he needed to add something for the 2022 season, so he went to Tread in hopes of adding velo, and he did just that. After being mostly 82-92, jumped to sitting 92-94. And top out 97, and he's right-handed. Tebrake is a full starter. Arsenal still out of the pen. The writer expects Tebrake to start the year in Double-A. Binghamton would have a chance to continue his fast track if he stays in the bullpen. His 37.3 strikeout rate ranked 4th among Mets pitchers with at least 30 innings last season. And he's an interesting guy, a lefty. He's 22 years old. Eli Akineni. I know I did a video on him. Eli Akineni is the first of the 2 left-handers on this list from Grand Canyon University, where the Mets have drafted over the last couple of years. He was fantastic in his final year at Grand Canyon, a 2.90 ERA. The Mets gave him a small sniff of pro baseball in 2022 when he pitched 3 1/3 scoreless innings with 6 strikeouts for the Florida Complex League Mets. He didn't allow a hit or walk. Akineni continued to impress in his first full season in the minors last year between the Low A St. Lucie and High A Brooklyn. The lefty dominated St. Lucie with 9 scoreless innings that included 14 strikeouts and only 2 walks and 2 hits allowed. He struggled a bit once he got to Brooklyn, posting a 3.94 ERA in 32 innings. He struggled with walks at 6.2 per 9 innings, and strikeouts went down to 10.4 per 9 innings. Ankeny, gotta get this name right. Ankeny is 90 to 93 miles per hour with his fastball, but he gets elite vertical movement on the pitch. He also throws a slider 80 to 82 and a split change. Outlook is that it's possible he will start the season in Double-A Binghamton, and the success of his 24 is riding on his command. Key stat: opponents hit only 188 against him. That's the fourth lowest average among Mets minor leaguers who pitched at least 40 innings last year. He's a new guy. I think this is a new guy. I don't think I've done him. Left-handed pitcher Franklin Gomez. Gomez started his second season in Pro Bowl with the Dominican Summer League Mets before heading stateside to pitch with the Florida Complex League Mets, and then ended his season by making his full season debut only 2 months after he turned 18 with the St. Lucie Mets. In his final 7 appearances of the season, Gomez was lights out. 34 and 2/3 innings, he gave 20 hits, 6 earned runs, 6 walks, 45 strikeouts, and 1.56 ERA. Opponents had a 4.11 OPS against him during that span. The left-hander hits 88 to 91 miles per hour with fastball. And he also throws a sweeper and a changeup with good arm side run. In 2024, the lefty could begin the season back with the St. Lucie Mets. Gomez and Wilkin Ramos were the only 2 pitchers with at least 50 innings in the Mets system last year who didn't give up a home run. Interesting. Finally, at number 71 is Zach Thornton. And the Mets drafted him last year, and he's in that playlist they had for last year. He's from Grand Canyon. He's 21 years old. He's 22 years old. Zach Thornton did not make his pro debut last year after the Mets selected him in the 5th round of the draft out of Grand Canyon University. MLB Pipeline had Thornton as the number 165th prospect in the 2023 draft. He's an interesting player. You need to keep an eye on him. Thornton uses a fastball up to 95 miles per hour, slider, changeup, curveball, and worked in a cutter last year. Control is seen as his best attribute and could keep him as a starter long term. Thornton features long arm action and comes from a 3/4 slot. The righty expects the 22-year-old to get his pro career started in the St. Lucie rotation to start the season. Since breaking his pinky toe as a kid, the toe now kind of just lays on top of his ring toe, which allows him to wear a size lower shoe on his left foot. That's weird. How's that a stat? That's a weird anomaly. That's what we're gonna hear about when this kid gets to the major leagues. It's about his pinky toe. But he is a guy to keep an eye on. The Mets drafted him very high last year, and he was highly considered to be a good player, good pitcher. So, you let me know what you think about this video. Hit that subscribe button. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.